Hey guys, today we are going to be taking a look at the new early access open world survival game Valheim. Doing a quick breakdown of the different lumbers and ores you can find in the meadows and in the Black Forest early on in the game. So as you're progressing through the peaceful meadows in the game, you will come across a lot of beech trees. This is your standard tree in the game that will drop normal wood. Also throughout the meadows, and a little less common, you will see birch trees that are very noticeably white and should be easily identifiable at any range. These birch trees require a bronze axe to bring down and will drop you fine wood, the first component you might need for the Finewood Bow and other craftable items. Even less common in the meadows are oak trees, also very easily identifiable by their incredibly large trunks and overall size. And this is where I went wrong in my search for the Finewood Bow, is I chopped down a ton of trees near my somewhat peaceful base in the meadows that was directly adjacent to the Black Forest. And the Black Forest is filled with only two types of trees, pine and fir trees. You can identify fir trees pretty much at any range by their distinctive look and their low canopy. And given that pine trees are the only other type in the Black Forest, they should be identifiable as well. Their canopy is much taller than the fir trees and should be seen as mostly a bare trunk with very little in the way of leaves or branches. And these pine trees will in fact drop core wood. You can see here on the screen a list of the recipes I unlocked simply from gathering some core wood, meaning it was the last piece I needed for each one of these recipes. With the plethora of trees in the game, it can be sometimes hard to identify what kind of trees you're headed at. And you can't really trust your location marker at the top right of the map on whether or not the trees are in the Black Forest or the meadows, because the game has very sharp and distinct lines for the tree spawns. You can be running in the meadows just like I am here, and the trees ahead of you are fir and pine trees. And you will see my location immediately switch to the Black Forest once I approach the trees. So use these identifiers we just went through to be able to easily tell what kind of trees you're headed for. Now that we've got trees out of the way, let's go ahead and move on to the various ores in the Black Forest. I will quickly mention for any new players watching this video that early on in the game you need a lot of flint to make the various weapons and some upgrades to your workbench. Although it is not technically an ore, I will cover it here. There are no flint nodes, but flint can be identified as a somewhat oval light gray rock found on the shoreline or near rivers throughout the meadows. Once you travel into the Black Forest regions, it is very hard to find flint near the water, but if you're in the starter areas of the meadows, just head for some water and you will no doubt find a ton of flint. Moving on from that, the first ore we're going to look at is copper. Found throughout the Black Forest, it can be sometimes hard to find due to the Black Forest's overall gloomy feel and darkness. However, the copper nodes are very large and have distinct copper veins running through them that should be seen at decent distances, even in the moonlight as opposed to the sun. They can be mistaken for standard boulders and rock formations, so be sure you're looking out for those copper veins. And when in doubt, at least when you get close, it will indefinitely tell you whether or not it was a copper deposit. Tin deposits are also found in the Black Forest, along the coastlines or rivers. Tin is very distinctive and easily identifiable by its shiny silver glow and black streaks. It's also in much smaller deposits, which means it's not quite easily as mistaken for large rocks or boulders. Alright guys, there you go. That is a quick video breaking down the distinctive looks and locations for some of the lumbers and ores up until the Black Forest. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time.